All right. So in the previous section, we looked at how to select rows and columns, right, by subsetting, giving a list of rows or list of columns. Okay. But a better way of indexing and selecting rows and columns is with this dot lock or location. Okay, dot ilog, I stands for implicit. So if you use implicit indexes, you will use ilog. Or if you use ilog, you have to provide implicit indexes. So if you use just simply dot lock, then you use the index names. Okay. Now, so the syntax is, how do you use the dot lock and ilog, dot ilog? So you give the data frame name, start with the data frame name, then dot lock or dot ilog, okay, either of them. Okay. And then you have square brackets, and within the square brackets, then you will give the index, row index and column index. Okay. So row index cannot be omitted. Okay. So when you use dot lock or dot ilog, you have to provide row index. So if column index is omitted, then all columns. Column index you can omit. If you do that, then all columns are included. Row index you have to specify. Okay, if all rows are included, then you use colon. Okay. Columns are selected based on their names. Rows are selected based on their index labels. Okay. Selection is inclusive from start label up to and including the stop label. Okay. Exactly like explicit indexes. Okay. Integers are accepted as labels, but they will be seen as labels and not the positions in the data frame. So Boolean masking may also be used. So let's look at some examples here. So we're going to look at DF5. Okay, again we're going to look at the same kind of accessing. If you want all, if you want to select by rows, select some rows. So select a single row on all columns. So then you do df5.lock and then provide the row label. Okay, you don't have to provide column label. Remember, column label, if not provided, all columns are included. Okay, so you get all columns, state, census year, and pop. Okay, for F4. Okay, so F4 is right there. So now, if you want a list of columns, okay, again df5.lock and give a list of list of rows, not columns. All columns will be included. So you are going to omit the column specification, so all columns will get included. So you're giving just one list. Since there is only one list, and that list is assumed to be list of row indexes. So then you have that. Okay. Now range of rows. Okay, you start index and end index. Okay, so this is exactly like what we did before. Like here, okay, like here, except now here you're going to give that as a list. Okay. Now if you want to select the by column index, now row index must be specified. Okay, if you don't specify row index, you will have an error. For example, here if you want to select a single column with df5.lock, and if you don't specify that, then it will give you an error that I can't find. So since you didn't give anything else, it's going to assume that state is a row index. It's going and looking for a row with the label state. It doesn't find it, and it's giving you an error. So if you say colon, so that means all rows of the column state. Now select a list of columns and all rows. Again, you provide a colon for selecting all rows and then a list of column names. And a range, okay, if the list of column names can be just a subset. Now if you want a range of column names, then you provide a colon, and so start and ending labels are both inclusive. Okay. Now you put the two together, you get a list of rows and list of columns like this. Now this is a list of rows and list of columns. And here is a range of rows and range of columns. So here, well, list of rows and range of columns. So you can mix and match range and rows. So here it is a range of rows and range of columns. And if you want to select a particular value, one single coordinate, then so this is row index and then the column index, then it's going to give you row index of x3, column index of population, so that's the value 1.5. Now you can use the dot lock way of accessing data to change it. Okay. So this is what is important, because if you have missing values, you want to go and change the missing value into something else called imputing missing values. You can do it in this way. Okay, so now population is 2.0. Okay, if the indexes are numeric or numeric, not numeric number, numeric. Well, okay, then I guess I needed a number should be used without quotation mark. Could be. So here, these are labels, but they are numbers represented as labels. So you can simply say 10 without the quotation mark. And same here for range, and again you see that since these are explicit labels, 50 is inclusive. And here a list of range of row indexes and selected columns. Okay. Let's use the dot lock so from DQ, so let's DF Q17C. All right, so what do we want from here? Access the record for, well, should be access the record for Cooper using dot lock. So Cooper is the name right here. So dot lock will be DF Q17C dot lock, right? Okay, so then what? You have to specify the, for iLock and lock. Lock, you have to specify the index, okay, not the implicit index. Okay, you have to specify the explicit index. The explicit index for Cooper is what? The row corresponding with Cooper, the index is I2, right? So I2. Now in dot log type of access, if you want all the columns, then you don't have to specify anything at all. You don't need to specify the column names. Now this is going to give us, this is our A. Okay, so this is going to give us the record corresponding with the name Cooper. All right? So you just specify the index for the row, and that's it. You don't need to specify the column. Okay? Okay, everybody? You good? Okay, B access the date of birth of Cooper using .log. So now we have df Q17C I2 for Cooper. Then since we want only date of birth, then you provide the well, I forgot the .log here, so you should say .log. Then it is a date of birth is date time object, so it gives you a date stamp of what that is. Okay, so that is Cooper is 1990 May 12. That's what you see here. Okay, okay with B. Okay, so data frame name .log, and then you give the row index and the column index. Okay. Now change weight. Well, I should say change weight of Jameson to 190. So Jameson. Okay, there it is. So we want to change it to 190. So how do we do that? C df Q17C.log. Okay. Now row index is I3, and the column index is weight with the W uppercase. Then we set it equal to 190. Okay. And then let's print it and see whether it's done it. Oh, I have two C's in the lock. And that C should be lowercase c. And there it is changed to 190.